Hello and welcome. In this video, I'm going to position and style our page title. I've already applied some basic styling already, but I'm just going to add more to enhance the page title. So this is the page title at the moment. It just says Hello World, and this is the styling I've already applied to it. It's got a font size of 65 pixels. I've aligned the text to the center. So I'm going to add a margin. I'm also going to add some padding. I'm going to give it a color, and I'm also going to apply text shadow properties. So you may notice there's a gap here at the top of the body from the page title. Basically, this happens because the web browser applies its own default styling to the H1 element. It also not just to the H1 elements, it does that to other elements as well. So even when you haven't applied any CSS at all, there is some basic default CSS that the web browser applies. So that's why it's important to add your own CSS to override that. So let's get rid of this gap here at the top. To do that, I'm going to set the margin to 0. So inside my H1 element here, I'm going to type in margin, which is this here, and I'm going to set that to 0, and that should get, you can see here, it's got rid of that space, the massive space at the top of the body element. It's got rid of that. So that's what that does. The next thing I'm going to do is apply padding. So padding refers to the space inside the element content. So I'll type in padding, and I'm going to give it two values. I'm going to make it 20 pixels and 0. So when the padding has two values, the first value is applied to the top and the bottom padding, and the second value is applied to the left and the right side padding. So 20 pixels will go to top and bottom, while 0 will go to left and right. The next thing I want to do is give my title, I want to give it a color, a unique color. So color is different from background color. Background color, it's this one here, it applies to the background. So color, if you want to change the color of a text, the property you use is color. So I type in color, and I want to make this, let's look through the colors they have here. I want something sky blue, something deep sky blue. All right, I like this one, so I'll make it deep sky blue. You can see it there, that's the deep sky blue. Just gonna save that. Okay, one good thing about this editor is that as you make changes, it reflects straight away in the web browser, although it doesn't actually save it until you save it, but it can enable you to see the impact of your CSS immediately. The next property I want to add is called a text shadow. What that does, it applies a text shadow to the text content of the element. It basically has 4 values. So to add a text shadow property, I just type in text dash shadow, and I'll give it the values. I'll make this 3 pixels, 3 pixels, 1 pixel, and give it a black color. So you can see the effect of the text shadow. You can see it here, how it impacts on the title. So let me go through the values with you. The first pixel value, which is this one here, the first 3 pixel, the first pixel value sets the horizontal offset of the shadow from the text. Basically, it indicates how far it moves across. A negative value should move it to the left. Now, the second pixel value, which is the second 3 pixel here, is used to set the vertical offset of the shadow from the text. How determines how far it moves down. In the example I've given, a negative value will move it up. The third pixel value, which is the 1 pixel, is used to set the blur radius of the shadow. All right, gives it a kind of blur. A bigger value will mean it gives it a more blurry shadow. And then the fourth here, which is black, which is a color, it sets the base color for the shadow. You can see the base color is, I've set it to black, but you can set it to anything. So that's basically the values for this text shadow property. You can try experimenting yourself with different values to see, just to see what you come up with. It's always good to try and play around with different values and see what takes your fancy. So in this video, I played around with some CSS for our page title, and I applied some extra CSS properties like text shadow. I gave it its color property. We applied padding and also some margin. That's it for this video. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.